The Garmin GTN 650Xi is packed full of flight planning utilities to ensure that you fly safely and comfortably. In this video, we're going to walk through step by step how to use the trip planning, fuel planning, and density altitude utilities. So let's dive in. So both the trip planning and fuel planning utilities can be used for either point-to-point navigation or for an entire flight plan. So let's go ahead and configure a flight plan so we can run through both configurations. So let's set up a flight plan like we are going to fly from Bolivar to Springfield. And then let's just go to Oshkosh from there. So now we've got our flight plan activated, and you can leave this here, or you can go ahead and store it in the catalog. And you can access both cataloged and active flight plans in the utilities, which we'll cover here in a little bit. So to access these utilities, we can scroll over here to page 2 on the home screen, click on Utilities, and then we'll start with the Trip Planner. So by default, it is configured for point-to-point navigation. So you can see it's configured for Bolivar direct to Oshkosh right now. You can select any waypoint as your starting and ending waypoint, or if you're in flight, you can hit this P position button and it will import your current latitude and longitude. The next thing to select will be your departure time and date. So if you're doing it for right now, you can leave that as it is, or if you're doing it for a future time, you can select your departure time and departure date. Now it's currently pulling the sensor data from our ground speed of 90 knots. However, if you want to modify that, you can configure that speed here. And then once you have all the data populated in these fields, you can press Compute Data, and it'll calculate the distance to, desired track, enroute safe altitude, ETE, ETA, and the sunrise and sunset at the destination. Now let's go back and configure this for the entire flight plan. So we can change the mode to flight plan, and then we need to select our flight plan. Now we can view the active or we can view the cataloged. In this case, they're the same, but if we want to view it out of the catalog, we can click it there. And then we can select which leg we want to view this information for. So you can see this top one is the cumulative leg, so it will show data for all legs of the trip. However, if you want to separate it out by just the Bolivar to Springfield leg, you could do that, or the Springfield to Oshkosh leg. Now the same thing applies, where you can press Use Sensor Data to import your current ground speed, or you can manually select it, and then also modify your departure time and date. Once again, press Compute Data. It will calculate these figures, but you'll see you have a previous and next button that populates, so you can quickly sort between the different legs of your flight plan. So for example, you can see that our Bolivar to Springfield leg is only 21 nautical miles, but our Springfield to Oshkosh leg is 460. If we want to view it for the entire flight plan, we can go to the cumulative screen and it shows a total distance of 481 nautical miles. So this is super handy for if you want to view the total time that it's going to take an entire flight plan, you can view that here. So let's go back and talk about the fuel planner, which you will see behaves very similarly to the trip planner. Starting back at point to point, let's go ahead and plan our fuel for just a direct leg from Bolivar to Oshkosh. And then we can say like we've configured it and we're going to have 102 knot ground speed. So we're going to have a nice tailwind on this trip. Now, instead of time and date, now you have fuel on board and fuel flow. Now these numbers are configured when you fire up the 650Xi, but if you want to override that and say we want to plan for full fuel, we can do that here. And you can also hit Use Sensor Data, and it will import your current ground speed. Now it may also import your fuel on board and fuel flow if you have an engine monitoring system and the appropriate sensors connected to the GPS. Now you guessed it, when we want to get the data, we press Compute Data, and it'll calculate our fuel required, the remaining fuel, our reserve time, range, efficiency, and total endurance. Now we can go back and change this to the flight plan mode once again, select our flight plan, select our leg. So you guessed it, once you have all of these fields configured, hit Compute Data, and it will calculate these same fields for the entire flight plan. It'll calculate it from our Bolivar to Springfield leg and for our Springfield to Oshkosh leg. Now moving on to the winds aloft utility, we can open that up here. And you can see it's designed a little differently. It's meant to be used in flight only and not for planning, so we can't use it for a flight plan. The first thing I like to do is just hit use sensor data, and it's going to populate most of the fields. Now you just need to enter your barometric pressure and our outside air temp, and then we can hit compute data, and you can see it calculates our density, altitude, true airspeed, wind direction, wind speed, and head or tailwind component. So this is really easy for if ATC asks you for a PIREP or for winds aloft, you can calculate that. Or if you just want to know if you have a headwind or a tailwind on your cross-country flight. So this concludes the tutorial on how to use the flight planning utilities on the Garmin GTN 650Xi. I thank you for watching this video till the end. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. You guys fly safe, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya.